day 2, so Tuesday's reading, which is Matthew 2, verses 1 through 12. Matthew 2, verses 1 through 12.
That's your reading.
That is my reading. And it goes, Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, Where is he who has been born king of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him. When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and the scribes of the people together, he inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. So they said to him, In Bethlehem of Judea, for thus is written by the prophet, But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judea, are not the least among the rulers of Judah, for out of you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. Then Herod, when he had secretly called the wise men, determined from them what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, Go and search carefully for the young child, and when you have found him, bring back word to me that I may come and worship him also. When they heard the king, they departed, and behold, the star which they had seen in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceedingly great joy. And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented gifts to him, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Then being divinely warned in a dream that they should not return to Herod, they departed for their own country another way. So this is where we get the presumed 3 wise men, even though it's not said.
It doesn't say how many.
It doesn't say how many. You got 3 gifts, 3 types of gifts. But
That's probably where the presumption comes from.
exactly, but it's just wise men. So
Yeah. We 3 kings of Orient land.
exactly, yeah.
That's why we have that, because we have a song that says so.
Exactly, yeah.
There's a saying, show me the songs a church sings, and I'll show you their theology.
Sure, that's an idea, yeah.
Because that's how we remember things, is in
Yeah.
song.
Yeah. What I also think is fascinating about this is when we read the different perspectives, a lot of times, when you look at most nativity scenes, it's like, trying to smash all of the cool, Jesus
Everything in
being-
one, which is
Exactly.
not
but
what's
exactly. Well,
actually
here you get the
happened.
wise men, and later on we'll read about the shepherds because it's all, at different times, right?
Right.
They're already in a house, I think, right? It says, in verse 11, when they had come into the house, they saw the young child. So they're not even in the stables or the manger at this point.
Right.
They're at a house.
Right. That's right.
So it's just a cool thing here.
So what are magi?
What are magi? That's a good
Yeah.
question. I just thought that was a D&D character, a Dungeons and Dragons character.
No, that's a mage.
healing. That's a mage.
Wow. I'm going to revoke your geek cred. You're about to lose your geek
There
card.
you go, yeah. Yeah.
Well, magi are they're essentially priests from the east. So
Okay.
they're not Levitical priests. They're from
Like the other side of the Jordan, so you're talking like Reuben, Gad, and those tribes, or
further out.
further out?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So they're not really of the tribe of Israel necessarily,
Mm-hmm.
and that's pretty normative, like historically speaking. But they perform priestly duties. So there's theories that they could be of the tribes, but there's also theories that these are Gentiles who are coming because the thing that magi do is they're always looking at the sky, at the night sky.
Oh, okay. I did not.
And so you have this thing. So that's why they notice the star. And they're like, hey, what's up with that? There's a new star that just showed up.
So they're like very old astrologers, or kind of like they look at the sky,
Absolutely,
interpret
yeah.
the constellations, and so that's why they're like, wait, this one's not supposed to be there.
Right.
Interesting.
Right. And so like these magi, they come after the birth. Like the shepherds came first.
Sure.
Right. Because, he's newborn in Bethlehem. And
Yeah.
now the magi come, and I mean, he's not a newborn.
Yeah, it's probably like a couple years old.
He's a couple
'cause I
years
know-
old.
Yeah.
So what are they doing? They saw the star, and they're trying to track down. Imagine you're like one of these 3.
Yeah. Sure.
Imagine you're hanging out with your magi buddies,
Yeah.
looking at the night sky, and you're like, where'd that star come from? because you've mapped this sky. You know, like the time of day, the time of year, and the place. The stars should be like this, but there's this new one, and it just showed up.
Yeah.
And it took them a while to figure out where, like they're chasing Jesus, basically.
Yeah.
You know, and for them, they're just on the adventure. You know, all right, we're gonna go find. That means something. That's a
Sure.
big deal. And so, like, you know, back over here, you know, we're reading.
Matthew 2. Yeah.
Yeah, we're here. And what do they say? You know, where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star in the east and have come to worship him. So they're like, they know what they're doing. They're looking for the King of the Jews.
Yeah.
I don't know why they know that.
I was about to say, it
Like,
does seem kind of odd that
right.
they even quoted it. It even says
So-
it in the scripture.
Like they know.
Yeah.
They got that information from somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and how they got that, well, that's between them and the Lord. Maybe we find out later.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that if they're not Jewish, you know, then God is telling non-Jewish people,
Sure.
go find the King of the Jews and worship him.
Well, I think it goes to our yesterday's reading, where didn't Simeon talked about that, about, you know, Jesus being a blessing for the Gentiles.
A light to the
A light
Gentiles.
to the Gentiles,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, right.
So it's like there's
you know,
even like talking about how
Right.
in the future, yes, this is not just for God's
yeah.
people, but
I
also
had
for all
not
people.
put that together. See, this is why we're actually doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Just so you all know.
We put our brains together and we
This
get
is
some
just so
coherent
Jared
thought.
and I can figure stuff out live,
Yeah.
and we have an excuse to do that. But no,
Exactly, yeah.
there might be something very well to that, and I think it's interesting. They came to worship him,
Yeah.
not just see him. Oh, we're going to bring some stuff.
Sure,
we
sure,
got you know, we have baby gifts. You know, we're going to have a baby shower.
Yeah.
No, they're
It's not a shaky toy. It's
no.
gold. It's
Frankincense
gifts,
and
it's
myrrh.
basically gifts for a king, right? Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. That's kind of what.
Well,
Those things
he's
would
king
be.
of the Jews. It makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think these guys are kind of an interesting. Like, there's something going on there. I don't think I'm going to get the answers to those
I got you.
questions.
When you go to
but-
heaven, you're like, "Thank
yeah,
God."
it'll be kind of a heavenly
Explain
answer
this to me
thing.
more.
Yeah, what was going on with the Magi? And the Magi are like, hey, we're,
You can just ask us, but yeah, God knew it anyway. So
but it is interesting to me that they arrive, they know who he is, they got the memo in the East, and they've been tracking him down ever since.